Yo, what is good, Price fam? It's your boy. I'm back. You guys are probably wondering where have I been? Maybe not. I don't know. I've been trying to figure out that myself. Why I haven't been making videos. It's been a pretty crazy summer. Had a job, quit my job, moving into a new house, going back to school. Really don't care about that. Trying to promote my art stuff. Trying to make a project that I'm working on. It's gonna be pretty big. Hopefully, I'm gonna be. I guess I'll put a word out there directing it. If that'll help. I really don't have the funds to pay people and all that right now, but people are willing to do it for free. That's even better. I don't want to say I'm cheap, but I really want to get this across the board. If you get what I'm saying, working with someone hopefully that can help me out and all of that. Putting all of the artwork that I've done on Patreon. If you guys want to support that. I also have another channel that's gonna be for art. I'll leave that in the description down below as well as my Patreon. You guys go show support for that, so you guys can get videos of that. Every dollar counts. I already set up 3 tiers. $3, $4, and $6. For to get all the way up. I'll probably make a separate video talking about the Patreon, but today I wanted to do a reaction to a new person. His name is 3C Films. I don't know if you guys have heard of him, but there has been a couple people reacting to him. And I actually watch his videos on my personal time, so I just thought, I might as well do a video about it. So let me readjust myself. And let's watch some 3C Films. Let's see how this goes. It looks like he's talking about Spider-Man No Way Home, Super Mario. He kind of goes along with superheroes. I really don't talk to everybody about superheroes all the time anymore. I'm not in elementary. I am also a big nerd, a Marvel fan, a DC fan. Anything that deals with superheroes. There's some things I don't watch, like Titans. I don't really care for that. I do watch The Flash on the CW. There's a lot of going back and forth on that. Stargirl. What else is on there? Superman and Lois, which is coming to an end, unfortunately, but will be back next year. The Flash will be back next year, hopefully. Yeah, I watch a lot of things. I also just got done watching the first episode of What If. If you guys wanted to give you my opinion on it, it's pretty cool. I would say if you guys have not seen it, you don't have Disney Plus, it's pretty cool. I could do a non-spoiler review of it, or I could do a spoiler review. You guys just let me know. But this guy right here, he's pretty good at what he does about finding stuff and all online. I don't really have the time to do that. It's not that I don't have the patience. I just don't really care to scout online for things and all of that. Basically doing research on superheroes when I already know about a couple that I already like Spider-Man and Iron Man, the Avengers, the X-Men. I'm not really a big X-Men fan, but I'm a big Wolverine fan. I would say that, yeah. I play a couple Marvel games and all that. Now I'm just rambling, but let's react to 3C Films video. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him, but there is a couple people that react to his things, like real rejects. I mean, that's what they call their fans. But real rejects react to him pretty often. There's also some other people like Everything Always, Cosmic Wonder, all of those people that go into depth about movies and all of that, and the Marvel news. So check those people out. I'll leave those in the description down below. But let's react to this.
So, I'm a man of my word. I said I would buy this mask, I would order it, that way the flash cringy intros could be a lot more fun with a nice quality detail
This
mask.
is a much newer video. If you guys want to react to some other stuff,
I think I got scammed. One moment.
Okay, that's kind of cringy, I mean, but okay.
It's not so bad. I was just really hoping it'd be that red.
Yeah.
This is like brown. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on this video. My name is Chris. Let's make your day a whole lot better by diving into some movie news for upcoming films that'll get you real excited. Some of the things that we're going to be discussing here today is we have an update on the Super Mario movie currently in the works with Illumination Studios, a brand new character.
So, if you guys don't know about him, he kind of covers things that nobody else talks about and covers things that everybody talks about. And he has sources and stuff. But this is one of the things he's been mainly talking about as well. Super Mario movie. I'm actually pretty excited to see that. I have in my house a Nintendo 64. The old Mario, Super Mario World, not the newer one, but the older one. I have a Nintendo DS that has Super Mario Party. That's a popular game. So that's pretty cool. I can't wait to see the Super Mario movie next year. You hear that? Next year. Wow. Man, 2022 is looking better than 2021. I mean, they have the Venom trailer that's pretty cool. They have Spider-Man No Way Home, Shang-Chi, Marvel's What If.
Not expecting to show up in the film has just leaked. We're also going to be talking about some Godzilla vs. Kong. Been a while since we've talked about my
I haven't seen the movie, but
a lot of superhero movie updates here with Spider-Man No Way Home, getting a description of all the costumes for the villains in that film. The director of Morbius spoiling the fact that a certain character shows
up. And another thing, he also covers Spider-Man more often, Venom, Morbius, The Flash, sometimes Super Mario, even Sonic. So Sonic 2, if you didn't know that was being made, there's another movie. I'm not gonna spoil the other video that he made, but if you want to go check that out, go ahead. I'll leave it in the card up here.
In the movie, and even details on the big bad guy in the upcoming Flash movie. So be sure you guys are dropping your opinions down below with all the movie news we discuss here today. It is not a side.
I always want to apologize, guys. I'm sorry about pausing again, but I don't really have the technology right now. Man, if I was in my money, I don't have the technology to have like the video pop up like right here, over there, over there. Like in a corner, like more professional art YouTubers do. I wouldn't say I'm not professional. It's just, I don't have like the stuff to do that. I kind of wish I do and did, but it's okay. Let's keep watching.
Unless you're using your voice to be heard in that comment section. And if you want to make my day a little better, all you have to do is hit that like button or subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. With that stuff out of the way, let's dive into our first story here today. And it's a bit of a technical one, but it's important for the landscape of the movie world. So obviously we just had the movie The Suicide Squad that premiered over the weekend in theaters and on HBO Max. I ended up really loving the film. Sadly, it did not make the money that we were hoping it would. I hate using this word, especially in the era of the pandemic with all these movies just making less than they potentially could, but Suicide Squad with about $26 million definitely was a flop. Now the reason I bring this up is because it ties into the story that we're going to be discussing here today, where Deadline reports that AMC Theaters has managed to make a deal with Warner Brothers about cutting down a 45-day theatrical window in 2022. Basically what that means right here is, how in the year of 2021 we could see Warner Brother movies in theaters and on HBO Max the exact same day. That is definitely going away in the year 2000.
Wait a minute. So they're gonna give it a 45-day window of when it's gonna be in theaters And then it's gonna be all on the same day. Okay, that's confusing. That's very confusing. What? Huh. That's so weird. Why would it be there the same day? Why not just do the 6 month window like they normally do? That's weird. That's really weird.
So movies next year like The Batman, the upcoming Flash movie, Black Adam, Aquaman 2, Fantastic Beasts 3. Those are movies you're only going to be able to watch in theaters for the first 45 days of their release, and then they'll possibly end up...
And, there's also another variant going around. I'm not going to say it because I don't know if I'll get copyright strike for it. The Delta variant going around, coronavirus. Also, I got my vaccine. I got one of them. I have to get my second dose in 3 weeks. But I guess people are more scared because of the variant going around, and I guess it must be more dangerous than the original CV-19. Something flying around, guys. Sorry about that. The virus going around, so I guess people are scared to leave their homes. That's why nobody's going to the theaters. That's probably why maybe Black Widow flunked. Suicide Squad flunked. But it probably excelled on HBO Max. I really did like the movie, though. That was pretty cool. It's very bloody and gory, but very cool.
Up on HBO Max, the streaming service, or be available to rent. And this is just one of the outcomes of the pandemic that's kind of monumental to the movie industry, because before this type of deal, the theatrical window was like 6 months, and now instead of that being like a 6 month window, it's down to 45 days, and it's just wild. I mean, I think it's still crazy right now that when movies like Godzilla vs. Kong or The Suicide Squad came out, I could see it in theaters, drive home, and see it on a streaming service in that instant. Like, that is mind-blowing to me. Yeah. But it is also because of that reason that a lot of the Warner Brothers movies are just not making the amount of money they could. Also because since it's instantly put on the internet in HD 4K quality, it is going to get pirated so much. So while it was a nice experiment that Warner Brothers made with HBO Max, and heck, I'm kind of happy they made that sacrifice, because if it wasn't for Godzilla vs. Kong taking that risk at the box office during a pandemic, we would not have gotten all these other movies coming out right now. Movie theaters would still be playing a game of chicken of like, no, you release your movie. No, you release your movie. I don't want to risk this bombing. Let me know how you guys are feeling on this theatrical window being cut because of their movies underperforming sometimes. Now jumping into some talk about the upcoming Super Mario movie that is in the works with Illumination Studio. I have been really hyped for this movie. This is the animated Super Mario movie that is officially licensed by Nintendo. We are still set to get this movie next year, even though we know very little. That's one thing about Nintendo. They really like to keep things close to the vest and secretive, but there's always somebody who ends up saying something they weren't supposed to, and we just found out about a very D-list character in the Super Mario world that is going to be part of this movie that kind of opens our eyes to how this film is going to go down. Stand-up comedian Sebastian Maniscalco, hopefully I pronounced that right, is a comedian I have seen. I enjoy his work. I think he is pretty funny. And well, while doing a recent podcast towards the end of this interview, when the host was asking him, hey, what are you going to do for the rest of the day, he goes ahead and says this.
Is the vaccine safe? Can my children get it?
I hope it's safe. I got mine. I don't feel... Another thing about the vaccine, though, I don't really feel too many symptoms as they said I should, or that I might feel. The only thing I felt was black spots and soreness in my arm. That's the only thing I felt. And really tired. But that's it. Which is weird, but normally, because I had saw that, people was throwing up and feeling sick, and that's why I was scared to get it, but once I got it, I didn't feel none of that. I would say I feel a lot more hungrier, though. Because today, I just bought like a whole pizza. I've done that for 3 days straight now. I don't know, man. That's kind of scary a little bit, don't you think? Maybe I'm too hungry. I don't know. I don't know, man. That's weird.
So what? Monday you're gonna go home.
What do you got? What do you got the rest of the day?
I got. I'm in the movie Super Mario Brothers, an animated movie. So I'm playing Spike, their boss.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do that at 12.
That right there, letting it slip, something he probably wasn't supposed to say, but he admitted that he's going to be playing the character of Spike, who is also the boss of the Mario Bros. In the Super Mario movie. Now, if you look up the name Spike in the Mario world, there's about two characters that'll pop up. One that's like a little green monster, and the other one is Spike Foreman. I'm gonna go with my gut here and say that he's talking about Foreman Spike because that has a history of being the boss of the Super Mario Bros. Back in the 80s, there was a video game called Wrecking Crew where you had Mario and Luigi as these construction workers who were meant to build a wall, and in that video game, they had Foreman Spike, who was their boss, but also prevented them from doing a lot of their work. What this kind of lets us know in the Super Mario movie is it looks, instead of being plumbers,
oh wait, what is he gonna say?
Mario Bros, Mario and Luigi could end up being construction workers in the
Oh, okay. So it looks like they're gonna be so it looks like they're going old school with the movie. Okay. So I guess they're doing like a origin story. Cause I kind of, cause playing Minecraft, there is one picture with the Super Mario and it has Donkey Kong at the top of it. So it looks, and I heard that was a construction worker. So instead of them being all we know is plumbers and all of that, they're gonna be construction workers. Like everybody got to start somewhere. Everybody got to start somewhere. That's crazy. They're going old school for this. Okay, I can kind of see that. I could kind of see. I would go see that. I would go see that in the theaters. Yeah, I would go see that in the theaters. Yeah.
Kingdom, which I think kind of opens our eyes to what kind of people they're going to be portrayed as in the Super Mario movie, as the average Joe, just regular people in this town. Then when Princess Peach gets kidnapped by Bowser, the seemingly average people, everyday workers of the Mario Bros. Step into action to save their kingdom's princess. Now, I could be completely off on that speculation, but it seems now like the Super Mario movie is going to work as an origin story for these characters,
like I said,
showing us how they became these heroes and then go from there. You guys hear these details involving the Super Mario movie. What do you think the meaning of having Mario and Luigi have a boss? What significance could...
I mean, that might change everything that we know. But they never really did show how they became plumbers. They never did do that. So maybe the movie explaining where they, how they started and then show them where they are now. What would be really cool is, like some movies do, they show like, a fight battling and then they pause, they give introductions or whatnot. And then they show you like, decades or years ago, in the past. And then they, like Sonic did. Sonic the movie. This is a prime example. They kind of showed like a fight in the beginning. But then they give you an origin story. And, close, in the beginning as well. And then, close in the middle, they kind of go into present day. And then, at the end, they show you where the fight was. And, around there. So that would be pretty cool if they did that. That's the same thing they did for Sonic. That would be pretty cool.
That half to the movie. Jumping into a movie we haven't talked about in a while, Godzilla vs. Kong. It is hard to
I wasn't
believe
really too excited
Godzilla
for that
vs. Kong
movie,
came out this
I mean, I
year
kind
because
of was,
it feels
not
almost
really.
like a lifetime ago when we were dealing with that Godzilla vs. Kong hype. We were barely getting any footage.
Man, we was not getting no trailers. Actually, that's a lie. Actually, I was pretty excited to see that movie. I was kind of bummed out I couldn't see it, though. They said it was on HBO Max. I tried looking for it. It wasn't on there. I wanted to go see it in theaters, couldn't go see it in theaters, so I had to watch some videos on YouTube to see what happened at the end and in the beginning and in the middle. But it's okay, things happen. But I heard it's pretty good. I heard it's also not so good. I think my favorite part of the movie was Mecha Godzilla. That was my favorite part. But let's continue.
No posters, then the movie came out, and I thought it was a blast. I had a lot of fun with it, and I had even more fun making video updates with you guys. Well, it's time to get excited for the next couple of updates for this Monsterverse, because even though we were in a pandemic, Godzilla vs. Kong was that movie that made a lot of studios feel confident about releasing their films in this era, because it managed to make a good chunk of money. It showed that there was still life in this Monsterverse, so they're going to continue it, and we have here, from the writer of Godzilla...
These ads, man. Might need to go premium.
Max Borenstein teasing what the future of the franchise is. He goes ahead and says, I've heard some exciting things that are happening that I can't divulge. They have a great handle on things there, and I certainly have thoughts and am always excited when I get involved with them. I think it's in good hands, and with the success of Godzilla vs. Kong, there will be some new, interesting installments coming. The key things I kind of took away from that statement is that he mentioned they're working on installments, meaning plural, meaning multiple Monsterverse movies. We already heard a while back that one of the films currently in the works, possibly with the same director, Adam Wingard, who made Godzilla vs. Kong, would be Son of Kong, where from that title it would obviously be about King Kong and his son, and I guess that journey he has raising him. That's the movie I'm kind of most pumped to see. I know there's people like, how would that even work? He's the last of his kind. Oh, there's tons of ways it could work, okay? We saw on Hollow Earth, there could be others of him that he just didn't see in Godzilla vs. Kong that he meets up with, has a little baby. If not, we have human characters, and, well, humans love experimenting on the big monsters. They could have gone ahead and cloned good old Hairy Cheeks and gave him a son. But aside from that, I'm curious to see what they do with Godzilla, because even though I am definitely Team Hairy Cheeks, and that's who I like, I want Godzilla to also have awesome movies that people enjoy, and King of Monsters just wasn't it for me. And to myself, I think they really have to do something interesting with a solo Godzilla movie for me to want to step back into the theater. Do you guys hear about this? There are definite plans to continue the Monsterverse, and they have multiple movies in mind. What movie would you want to see in the Monsterverse? Talking about now the movie Morbius real quick. I know a lot of people might...
Yeah, you know, Morbius, man. There was a couple movies, though, for Marvel that was supposed to come out this year, and that didn't. Morbius, to be exact. They said Venom 2 is being shifted to October. And then some Disney Plus shows being shifted to November, and, you know, later this year. Spider-Man, they might move that movie to next year, early July, I would say. But they said there was going to be some footage shown, so that's pretty exciting.
Now be excited for this one as the Sony spin-off in the Spider-Man universe. This movie is still set to come out in early 2022, and while the director was talking about his movie, it kind of accidentally let slip a cameo that we're going to be seeing. Director Daniel Espinosa, while talking about how grateful he was to work on the movie Morbius, he mentioned that he loved going into work and seeing names like Michael Keaton, Jared Leto, and Tom Hardy on the call sheet for who would be showing up to set that day. And, well, if you don't know,
what is wrong
Tom
with people
Hardy
just
plays
bombing
Eddie Brock
stuff
in the Venom movies, so he just let it slip right there accidentally that he showed up to set on Morbius, and Tom Hardy also was there during the filming. So to me, it just kind of continues to fuel that thing of, are we more excited to see Morbius the character, or just answering those questions of what is going on around him? Like, how is Michael Keaton's Vulture going to be explained? What is up with that mural of Spider-Man being called a murderer? And now Eddie Brock Venom in this movie? Sorry, Morbius, I want to see all that stuff. How are you guys feeling about the director of Morbius going ahead and letting it slip that we're going to be seeing Tom Hardy's Venom in the movie? And before we get into some multiverse talk with Spider-Man No Way Home, let's go ahead and talk about the other multiverse film we're very much excited for, and that is the upcoming Flash movie. Well, if you guys remember, when we were talking about the Flash movie the past couple of weeks, we saw some set photos of Ezra Miller talking to somebody who was also supposed to be playing himself, Ezra Miller. And that left us really puzzled and wondering, why the heck are there going to be two Barry Allens in the Flash movie? What does this mean? Is it just a variant that shows up in a different multiverse and they're going to power?
I mean, they really going with the CW version of this. Not the CW, the comic book version of this.
Team up? Well, we now have a report from the Direct that claims that this other version of Barry Allen is actually said to be the villain of the film. They have it here in their article that the Direct can exclusively report that this other Barry Allen will serve as a primary villain in the movie, acting as a Dark Flash, antagonist to the displaced Barry Allen. This is definitely very puzzling because it seems like there's so much going on in this Flash movie. I mean, we know they're taking their own spin on the Flashpoint Paradox movie, but man, they have made some major changes. Instead of Barry Allen going into the past and saving his mother, it looks like he travels into a multiverse where his mother was never murdered and he sees that world. Instead of meeting Thomas Wayne Batman, which is the father of Bruce Wayne, he meets Michael Keaton Batman from the Tim Burton movies of the 80s. And instead of Superman being someone that was experimented on and kept in isolation, it's gonna be Supergirl, played by Sasha Calle.
Man, this is what I hate about DC sometimes. They change so many things. They change so many things, but never, go back to the original material. You get what I'm saying? The Flashpoint, I actually own the comic book. It's very awesome. You should read it sometime. So it looks like they're not even going to add Wonder Woman or Aquaman into the movie. They're not, and even Cyborg. They're not even going to go back to. Man.
Who is this Kryptonian that is being isolated and experimented on by humans? And now here.
Well, that's cool. They're adding Supergirl to the DCEU. They're adding Michael Keaton. But it would have been really nice to have, Thomas Wayne. Maybe they're in an alternate universe, an alternate timeline, since they're going to the multiverse. Maybe there's an Earth where this event does occur. Man, that's just...
Flashpoint Paradox was Reverse Flash, but instead it looks like it's going to be Dark Flash, and it's also Barry Allen. Now, they could be a little sneaky with us and do something smart here, where maybe this other Barry Allen is supposed to be Reverse Flash, because there have been interpretations in the comics where Professor Thawne has actually had plastic surgery to look exactly like Barry Allen, since he has some sort of obsession with him. So maybe that's what they can explain here, that actually is Reverse Flash taking on the identity of Barry Allen. How are you guys feeling that this other Barry Allen is looking to be the villain in the Flash movie? And since we're on the subject of villains here, let's go ahead and talk about Spider-Man No Way Home, because we just got an exclusive report from One Take News. Now, I'll admit this isn't a site that we've used here on the channel before, and we're still seeing if they're very credible or not. The only reason I'm bringing them up is because they seem to have heard the same information I have, so I'm believing the things they tell us here is pretty accurate. If you guys remember, a couple months back, I did a video where I talked about what Jamie Foxx's Electro costume would be looking like in the new Spider-Man movie, and I said they would get rid of that whole blue look, and instead they would just give him an electrician's jacket, and that would be the
hopefully
new
they
look
add
for
some
Jamie
extra
Foxx's
stuff too,
Electro, and it would still fit his color scheme
it's
of
Marvel.
yellow
They're
and green. Well, here they
good,
confirm that they've heard the same thing, but they also give us details on the costumes for Dr. Octopus and Green Goblin in the movie. Now, for Alfred Molina's Doc Ock, which is already confirmed and part of the movie, they're saying his look is going to be relatively unchanged, that he would still be having the trench coat with slightly tweaked tentacles. Also, the fact that he will be de-aged, which was something that Alfred Molina mentioned, that we will pick up with his version of Doc Ock as soon as he died in Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 2. So that's interesting to me, because especially with what Marvel is doing and introducing the multiverse and variants, it looks like Alfred Molina is 100% the Doc Ock that we saw in Spider-Man 2, where like Jamie Foxx's Electro, we're not seeing that same Electro, we're seeing a variant reality of the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Same thing here, it's looking like for Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin, because what they say here is that, one, not only did Kevin Feige absolutely hate the costume for Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin in the original Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, but that he's going to change it to, again, having an armored sort of look. They pulled up some...
Now, I do have a Lego figure of that kind of Green Goblin. Now, he doesn't have armor, but he does look just like that, so I wonder if that's what they're going to do.
This isn't officially what it looks like, but this is the closest thing they could find online to what it will look like, that it will retain green, but it'll also have a lot more purple, and it'll still be sort of an armored up look for this Green Goblin. Which again, since that costume isn't exactly like the one we saw in the original Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, I have to think we're not going to be seeing that version of Willem Dafoe, but instead a similar alternate variant reality of Green Goblin.
Well, thanks to Loki, we got variants of them now, so we know the name of it. A different Green Goblin costume and has slightly different scenarios.
I think that's going to be the most confusing part about Spider-Man No Way Home, is we're going to continue to have that debate of, are they exactly the same characters that we saw in the movies we grew up with, or are they going to kind of Ralph Boner them and say they're very different versions? You guys are going to have to let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think of these costumes for the Sinister Six? Be sure to leave your thoughts down below on that. But that is all the movie news we currently have going on right now, guys. I want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Don't forget to get geeky in that comment section. Also, be hitting that subscribe button and leaving a like. But as always, I'm Chris. Take care.
So that you guys is 3C Films. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. You guys let me know if you guys want to watch more things like this. I can do more stuff like that. I am starting school tomorrow, so it's gonna be kind of hard to do videos during the day, but I can do them when I get home from school. Not as soon as I get home, because I gotta rest for a little bit and then get time to do that. But yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I said that again. Like I said, link in the description down below for my Patreon, for my other channel. I'm going to be uploading artwork there probably about a couple weeks from now. I'm trying to find a tripod so I can record on my phone, and then I can upload videos onto my computer and then upload it to my other channel. So you guys let me know what you thought about this video. And yeah, guys, stay safe. And you guys take care, like he said. Take care and take care of yourself. Alright, see you on the next one. Peace.